Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a video that is a video I was searching for when I first found out I was pregnant, and it is related to weight loss or to like plus size pregnancy. And when I first got pregnant, I think I announced in a different video that I was kind of panicking and I couldn't really be happy because I kept thinking about what other people would think based on my weight. So instead I thought I wouldn't have a cute baby bump. I thought people are gonna look down on me or feel gross about me and think I'm just like this fat whale who got pregnant. And sorry, I'm so out of breath. It made me really insecure, and it really took away from the happiness of finding out I was pregnant. And I searched for these kind of videos to put my mind at ease, and I found one that really helped, but there's not a lot of them, so I decided to put this video out so that there is one more out there that will put your mind at ease if you are plus size and pregnant. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant tomorrow, so if you're seeing this, I don't know when you'll be seeing this, but Saturday, May 25th, I am at 35 weeks officially. But anyway, I want to start by saying if you are plus size and pregnant, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. It doesn't make you any less of a mother or any less of the ability to carry a child just because you are plus size. When I first found out, I was crying, I was panicking, because again, that's all I kept thinking was that people were gonna think I'm disgusting and oh, I'm too fat to carry a baby. And I remember telling my OB, my doctor, and like my family and stuff, I thought I was gonna go in to my first appointment when I got the blood done, and I thought there was going to be a list of problems because of my weight. So I remember saying that I was scared I was going to get my blood taken for the first time and there was going to be a bunch of problems that came back. Problems such as like diabetes to all the way to like cancer. Like, I mean, I've never had any symptoms of any of those things really, but I didn't go to the doctors like at all for years. It's like I just don't go. I don't feel the need to go if there's nothing wrong. That's kind of just how I feel about it. So I hadn't been to the doctors in years. Like that was my first time getting blood taken as well in my whole life. So I remember thinking, oh my god, my BMI is considered obese, not overweight. So I kept thinking, oh my god, I'm obese. I am going to have a list of problems that's going to complicate this pregnancy, and it was overwhelming me because I found out I was pregnant the earliest you can find out. So I was actually 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, but because they go by the day of your last period, you're like, I think it's called gestational or something. The actual gestational period was 4 weeks pregnant. So basically I found out like right at the beginning, and I kept thinking, oh my god, we found out at the beginning, we still have to get through the whole 13 weeks of the first trimester until we're in like the safe zone, which again doesn't make it the safe zone just because you're out of the first trimester, but you know, that's kind of the likelihood of anything happening drops kind of a lot when you get out the first trimester. So I remember thinking, oh my god, we have a long way to go, a lot can happen in the next 13 weeks. There's no way my body's gonna do this, and I was panicking for that reason because I know that I get so used to something and attached that even though I was panicking that moment that I was pregnant, I still would have been devastated if something had happened to the baby within those 13 weeks, especially if it was because of something I did or because of my weight. So I remember just panicking, being overwhelmed, waiting for like blood results to come back, thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna have all these issues like diabetes or cancer or like other illnesses, and I was panicking, hardcore panicking, thinking there's no way, no possible way that this pregnancy is going to be easy. I go to my next doctor's appointment, blood results came back perfect, nothing wrong. And I thought, okay, cool. So like, I'm not dying. I put all these worries in my head that I was gonna be so sick just because I was plus size. And I don't know why I thought that. I guess everyone tells you if you're plus size, your pregnancy could be more complicated, and that's true. But if you're thin, you can still have a complicated pregnancy. So like, you're no different. And yeah, so then I continue going through the pregnancy, and I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm going to pass the pregnancy diabetes test. There's no way. I 100% believed I was diabetic pregnancy. There's just no way. Like, there was no way someone my size who is considered obese is going to get through this pregnancy with absolutely no issues. Nothing. So yeah, I spent the first trimester terrified of something happening. Made it through the first trimester. I did get a cold and stuff, but that's nothing to do with that. Yeah, that's not a concern. So made it through the first trimester. Second trimester hits, and I'm feeling a little bit relieved, but still not fully relieved, because my best friend had a miscarriage in the second trimester, which scared me because she's thin. So I'm like, oh my god, if she's thin and it happened to her, like, it's gonna happen to me. And I don't know why that was my way of thinking, like, just because I am bigger, all these issues would come up. Make it through the second trimester, and I think the pregnancy, the gestational diabetes is done in is it the third trimester, or just the end of the second to the third, somewhere in there. And I remember going there, and I'm like, okay, there is no way I am passing this test. There's no way. So I go in, I do the gestational diabetes, the orange drink, and it's an hour-long test. So you take the drink within 5 minutes, and you sit in the waiting room for an hour, and then they call you back and take your blood. So 40 minutes in, so I chug the drink. The drink is not that bad, by the way. Don't let anyone tell you. Or I was so scared of drinking it because everyone tells you it's disgusting. I promise you, it is not disgusting. I actually enjoyed it. Like, I love orange flavored everything. That's my favorite flavor, and the drink was orange, and it was cold. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's just like, kind of like when you leave your orange crush, like your orange soda or pop, whatever you call it where you're from. It's like when you leave it out overnight for like a day or two-ish, and it's like not completely flat kind of thing, but kind of sugary, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not bad at all. Like, I chugged it within seconds. There were people in the waiting room like being really dramatic about it. So that's not bad at all. So I do that, and then within 40 minutes I black out in the waiting room. I blacked out. I had to get my boyfriend to go up and get the doctor and be like, can she go outside and get air, but you're not allowed to leave because if you throw up you have to start again. So yeah, so I black out. They have to wheel me back into a room, and I start to get my vision back, and I start to be able to read the things on the wall. And I'm thinking, okay, if I'm dizzy and I black out, I 100% must be diabetic in this pregnancy. And I thought, great, just great. Like, here's the beginning of the downhill. So I wait and I wait, and they're like, the doctor will contact you within probably about 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, okay, cool. So thinking I'll get results in 2 or 3 days, I don't hear anything from my OB, nothing. So I'm like, starting to think, okay, no news is good news, or is she just waiting for my next appointment to tell me, because my appointment was pretty close to when I got that done. So I was like, maybe she's just waiting until she sees me in person to tell me. So a few days later, I go into that appointment. She doesn't even mention it. I mentioned to her, I said, so how was my results for the diabetes? And she goes, oh, they were perfect. There's nothing, you don't have diabetes, you passed it with flying colors. I was like, what? I blacked out in there. How is that possible? And once again, that was just me putting in my head that because I am plus size, there's gonna be a million problems. And here we are at, what is that noise? Here we are at 35 weeks, and I have not had a single problem. There's been no bleeding, there's been no cramping, there has been no issues, and knock on wood, do I have wood anywhere? Knock on wood, that it still continues, but I'm almost done, you know, like there's no more blood tests, there's no more anything to do. Just get my cervix checked, which just checks to see how, if the baby's still head down, she'll be able to feel the head, and kind of check to see if you're dilated or anything like that. So that's like not a major thing. But yeah, so 35 weeks later, there has been nothing wrong in my pregnancy. So if you're worried or having a hard time being happy about your pregnancy because you're worried about your weight, don't worry about it. There are complications that can come up with any pregnancy, no matter what size you are. So don't put it in your head that you're gonna have a million problems just because of your weight. I wish there were more videos like this for me to watch when I found out I was pregnant, of people who are bigger than me or my size, to reassure me that they had safe pregnancies, because being plus size, you hear all about all the things that could go wrong with a higher BMI, and that was freaking me out, which was making me unable to be happy about being pregnant. So I am now happy about it. I have been for a long time. And everything has gone so smoothly for me. Like, advice would be, if you find out you're pregnant and the only reason you're panicking or you're not happy is because you feel your weight is stopping you, then my advice is don't worry about it. Don't let your weight ruin it for you. Especially if you know you want kids. Don't let your weight stop you or ruin it. So yeah, and I've probably said that in my past video, but I wanted to put this video out again, being or similar, stating all this near the end of my pregnancy, to show that my pregnancy has been so healthy. He is head down, so it looks like I'm gonna have a vaginal birth, which again is a good thing, and C-sections are fine too, but you know, like, everything has just worked out so perfectly and simple. Like, I can honestly say I have had the easiest pregnancy, and I am considered obese on the BMI scale. So that's basically the point of this video, just to let you know that plus size pregnancies can be easy. I had the easiest pregnancy I could ever imagine. Like, it's been so easy, so easy. Nothing has gone wrong. And being plus size does not mean everything is going to go wrong and there's going to be a list of things and problems. There's been no issues with mine, so I hope you guys feel better about it and feel more confident going through your pregnancy. And yeah, I hope this reassures some of you and makes you feel a little better if you are panicking or stressed if you just found out you were pregnant. Okay, so that was all for this video. I hope you are all feeling better about your pregnancies, if any of you were worried, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!